So Birds of Prey is a sequel to Suicide Squad in ways where it's not direct. It definitely references. There's maybe a couple of scenes where they tie it in, but overall it focuses on the character of Harley Quinn. She's broken up with the Joker. We're going to assume that it's Jared Leto's Joker, and now she's kind of making her own way. But in this way, she kind of crosses paths with Black Mask. Now, Black Mask is played by Ewan McGregor.
Yeah.
And he's eccentric. He's really rich. He's a big mafia crime boss. Kind of owns a lot of stuff. And
owns a nightclub.
Yeah. And Harley Quinn is basically now entangled in this tale of getting back this diamond. So in that process, there's a lot of other stories kind of going around, and they all kind of tie together with the Birds of Prey. There's a cop played by Rosie Perez who, doesn't get her due.
Yeah, Renee Montoya.
Yeah. She doesn't get her due, so she now wants to kind of be involved here. She wants to arrest these people. Then you have Huntress and Black Canary.
Yep.
And then you have this girl named...
It's a great question.
Yeah, which I can find out for you. But yeah, she is also entangled in this as well. She's a little girl.
There's a lot of...
Cassandra Cain?
Cassandra Cain?
Cassandra Cain, that's her name.
There's a lot of different storylines going on through here, and there's a lot of different... going back in time, like that kind of classic, like almost like mob cop movie where it's like, You're probably wondering how I got here.
It literally,
I got to go back to the very beginning.
Yes.
It's kind of like very much like in that vein. So it's very self-aware in that respect. And then you have all these characters who are all kind of their own stories, and you kind of see how they really connect. They don't really become like their storylines don't really converge until towards the very end of the movie. But yeah, this is very much a Harley Quinn focused movie. Like she's very much the protagonist throughout all of this, and basically it all starts coming undone because it's announced that the Joker and her are through, and now that she doesn't have the protection of the Joker, who was like, as we saw in Suicide Squad, a giant mob gangster persona in the world that nobody messes with, she doesn't have that protection anymore. So that's when all these kind of gangs and people that she's crossed in the past start coming after her now.
Right.
What did you think of this movie, Anthony?
The biggest positive thing I can say about this film is Margot Robbie plays Harley Quinn fantastic.
Yeah.
Her performance as Harley Quinn is exceptional. It's just amazing. It's like this role is made for her. My biggest gripe is the story and the production of this movie feels like something I would have seen on Warner Bros. Like a TV show, like a WB show.
Like a CW show?
A CW show. It just didn't feel like a movie that takes place in Gotham. Like even the set designs at certain points felt like this is not Gotham. This is a small, not even New York. Sometimes it felt like
New Jersey, actually.
New Jersey, or at certain points in the day, it felt like LA.
Yeah.
Because of where she was staying at. It didn't give me this bigger world.
Right.
It was very small. And even Black Mask's character who owns this nightclub, even where he lived in this night, it didn't suit the production
design,
the character who Black Mask is.
Right.
So that was my biggest gripe. I just didn't get entangled in that world where, man, this is taking place in Gotham. Batman is like somewhere in this environment.
Right.
I felt like they spent a lot of money on one scene, and then everything else kind of went to like a cheaper, we'll say, value in terms of the movie. And you know that scene, it's the explosion scene. But overall, it was an interesting story. I'm not gonna be like this was an awful story. It's not Suicide Squad or Justice League. It has some positive plots or positive points in the plot, but it just didn't do much.
Didn't do much too much.
No, it was like I didn't gain anything from it.
I got you.
It was like a middle movie,
like a middle tier movie
between Suicide Squad and the new Suicide Squad. It's that like just bridge,
that awkward place,
and it was so awkward.
Yeah, and I get where you're coming from. I think I enjoyed it a little bit more than you did. But everything you were saying, I totally understand, and I saw that as well too. I think like earlier in the episode, of the movie podcast, episode 45, which you can listen to on
What?
the moviepodcast.ca. We'll take you there.
What?
We talk about the box office and kind of what went wrong, why this movie didn't perform as well as it should have or could have with with Harley's brand being known. I think the Birds of Prey themselves don't really get a lot of time to shine in this movie because this is very much a Harley vehicle throughout the entire thing and almost like an art housey type look at Harley Quinn, which I wish they went full throttle with Harley being weirder and kind of they had that moment where you kind of see what's going on inside her head where you see from the trailer with like the dancing scene, which is very like La Vie en Rose type thing. But
it was very like Marilyn Monroe, diamonds are forever, kind of thing.
Girl's best friend.
Girl's best friend.
Yeah, so like it's very much in that vein, but I think it comes down to like where DC is right now, where it's like, is this in the world of Justice League? Is Batman still here? Like, if all this is going on, you would think Batman's involved somehow, and obviously you don't always think like that in the comic books, but this movie felt very sectioned off from the rest of the world. I loved Ian McGregor as Black Mask. I wanted to see more of him because I loved how unpredictable he was. Mm-hmm. We're not going to get into spoilers of what happens with like the rest of the characters in the movie.
But his performance was great.
Yeah, love seeing him. Love seeing like Victor Zsasz in the movie too. But again, like I just wanted to see more because every time I think it was starting to focus on them, it turned away and we started learning about another one of the Birds of Prey, which I don't think any of them really got enough time to get fully fleshed out. But I really love the Harley Quinn and Cassandra. Is it Cassandra?
Cassandra Cain, yeah.
Cassandra Cain, their relationship with each other. I like that. And I think this movie took a lot of inspiration from Deadpool as well, too, in that respect, where like it breaks the fourth wall a lot. It's that escort mission with the younger kid where everybody's trying to get to them. Like it has a lot of those similar tropes to it.
Yeah. Well, my opinions in the film, again, I enjoyed it. I guess my gripes with it are that I never felt comfortable in the film until pretty much the final act of this movie.
Right.
Because I never knew what tone it was setting into, what storyline we were on yet. And because it kept jumping back and forth so much, I just kind of wanted to sit down and watch it. And I guess maybe that's the point of the film, that it's meant to be this manic persona and it's going back and forth and going everywhere. But it didn't help me concentrate or at least settle into these characters yet. The fact that, yes, Gotham didn't look that great either. It was this weird New Jersey-esque type place.
Yeah.
It felt very disconnected and it felt like they weren't there at all.
Right.
And yeah, you're in this world. Rosie Perez as the cop was an interesting choice. I think she did a great job.
Yeah.
Very random though. I thought
very
as well.
random.
Right.
Like,
I was like,
wow,
I haven't
Rosie
seen her
Perez.
since Pineapple Express is what I thought. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's very true.
But I like the casting of all the other
But
Birds
the
of
thing
Prey
is,
as well too.
I like the casting. Everyone worked. Everyone fed off each other. I wish we saw more of Huntress because she seemed funny and really clueless, kind of like this Drax kind of character.
Yeah, I really liked Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Yeah,
in that
I liked
role.
Journey Smollett-Bell. You know, she was great as Black Canary.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna get a sequel, but I hope we do because I think there's more to kind of go with the story. I think we just need a little bit more focus.
Right.
And I would love to see Kathy Ann come back as well.
Right, of course,
Because I think she has an eye for this film.
Definitely, yeah.
She has some love for this film, but it just needs some focus. It needs a better title as well.
Better title.
And it needs a story that at least connects the connective tissue with this world.
Right.
Sometimes you need Batman. You sometimes do need a Joker.
Yeah.
But the fact that these characters were mentioned but not shown, it felt a lot of teasing was happening.
Right, and I think at the end of the day too, like this movie it's a hard R, but there wasn't too many moments where I went, whoa, like
It didn't
that's
justify the R.
You know what I mean? Like I think this movie could have easily been PG-13 and save that one F-bomb for a moment that means it when she says, "I'm Harley freaking Quinn." Save it for there. Like the fact that it was R-rated, it did cut off a lot of younger people from watching the movie because there was one, like the name is, I think, throwing people off, and the rating as well too. Like Harley Quinn tends to look at a younger crowd. Look at like the younger audience is what made Suicide Squad such a success, and this movie tried to emulate a lot of that, even with releasing its own music album. But I don't think it really got the full landing. But again, I still have love for these characters, and I still also end up buying it down the road. But I don't think it's not going to be like a day one buy or anything for me. But shall we give our review? Each go around and give our final ranking of this movie.
Yeah, I'll start off.
Yeah.
I'll start off. Stream It. That's my my review for Birds of Prey.
And the Emancipation of One,
And the Fantabulous Emancipation of one Harley Quinn.
That's it. Damn, that's a long title.
Yeah. Same with Anthony. I will also give Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of one Harley Quinn. Stream It.
Yeah, and I will also give Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of one Harley Quinn a Stream It as well.
Yeah.
So there you go, guys.
That is our
3
review.
Stream It's.
3 Stream It's.
3 streaming services that you can watch it on.
That was our review for Birds of Prey. And also, if you want to continue checking out what we're doing here on the This Time With YouTube channel, stay right here on the channel. Check out the movie podcast as well, too, if you want to hear us talk about our Oscar recap and all of that other stuff. That was this time on the show. I don't know how we end the videos anymore, man. We've been doing the pods for so long.
What?
Okay.
Did we steal their soul? Oh.
That's how I feed.
That's
Okay.
how you feel younger.
Okay.
You're
I
like,
suck the soul out of your body.
Okay.
there's so many dead people watching our videos.
That's what we'll leave it.